Hey guys, it's Eric and Karina.
And less sore Eric.
There we go. And welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. Well, welcome back, guys.
Thanks. Still a little sore.
I know. How are you liking your new place?
I like the place. I really do. And it's great because it's just me and HR. And
there you go.
It's a good size for the two of us. And it's a nice building. There's still a ton of boxes and clutter. And this is really more of like a shout out to HR because she's been doing it all. No, yes. God bless her. Because I hate that this kind of stuff so much.
I know.
And I'm so incapable of like actually breaking down to do it. And the worst thing is I'll just admit this openly. I try to be helpful and I think I make it worse, and HR is so sweet. She's trying to be like really nice about it, but I could tell like I'm aggravating her. So she's been kind of taking care of.
Shout out HR.
Yeah. So and before I just want to say I needed a brief explanation about what the topic for today meant.
Yes.
Right, because I never heard this term before.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well I'm going to do or not do, but just bear with me. But before we start, if I can.
Yeah.
I just have a little bit of a bone to pick. Not with you.
Okay.
Okay. It's just in life, in general. Okay. There's two little things.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear them.
So first, and I can't believe I'm going to this platform to do this, but fuck it. I don't care. There has been, as I know you've seen, this like anti-Chipotle, like Chipotle haters.
Right.
All over TikTok. They walk into a Chipotle. There's some poor bastard behind the counter that is not expecting anything out of the ordinary. And the guy's like, yo, let me get a chicken bowl. Guy starts putting it together and he's like, oh, can I get more of that?
Yeah.
Can I get extra this? Can I get more of that? And then when the guy's fucking done, he's like, you know what? I changed my mind.
Literally.
And they're just like fucking with Chipotle because there was a whole online campaign about how the portions are small. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, some time ago, years ago,
okay,
Chipotle underwent this like scandal because apparently people were getting sick from like salmonella poisoning or something.
Ugh.
It might have happened at like one location, but it just blew up.
Right.
And it took Chipotle a long time
to recover.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, their sales were really low. They were slumping.
People don't play with salmonella.
No. And
even if it's not true.
I know. Look, I'm not hating on anybody for being like, yo, I'm not going to go there.
Right.
If people get sick. But having said all that, excuse me, sorry. You can tell I'm tired still from... Anyway, having said all that, I did notice that the portions are fucking smaller.
Yeah, they are.
Because I like Chipotle.
I do. Me too, yeah.
And let me tell you what I love about Chipotle, because this will come as no surprise to anybody. I get rice, I get a meat, and I get tortilla chips to dip them in, and it's spicy, and I don't need anything else. Oh, and black beans. I don't get the pinto beans.
Oh, I do pinto.
I can do either one, but black beans are a little bit like kinder to me. Like later on.
I see that. Yeah. Okay.
But fucking, they're right. The portion was bullshit.
Yeah.
So I ordered today Chipotle for lunch on Grubhub. I got the chicken bowl. I got some extra chicken.
There you go.
The white rice with a little cilantro in it, and the black beans.
That's it. I love white rice.
Right. Yeah, me too. And an order of chips.
Yeah.
Okay. With the tip, this came out to like $38.
Yep.
Okay. $38 for a Chipotle bowl.
It wasn't even full, was it?
No. It was like a third less. It was like 2/3 of the bowl.
Yeah.
And I finally started realizing, like, you know what? This is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially because I ordered extra on top of it. Like, if that were the regular serving size,
you would have had half of a bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. But even without half, okay. I mean, without the extra topping, maybe that'd be okay.
No.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to declare war on Chipotle
now,
which is sad for me because it's one of the few places that makes it exactly how I like it because I don't need a bunch
It's so easy. It's so easy. You put what you like on it. You don't put what you don't.
That's it.
I love it too.
And by the way, every fucking place should be like that.
Yes. That's why I like Subway so much. You got to pick what you want on your sandwich. You can't say it's nasty.
That's right. Judge me all you want for the ranch and all that shit that I don't eat. But at the end of the day,
exactly.
I will never touch food like guacamole and all this other shit on it. No, thank you.
Guac is an extra like $3.
I don't care if it's extra. It could be free. Okay, I'm not touching fucking guacamole. Right? I'm just saying. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there's an app called Nextdoor.
Yes.
Okay. And for anybody that knows me and have heard some of the stories in the past,
you're a fan.
It's not that I'm not a fan, but I like the concept
Right.
The problem is that most people use it for the wrong things. And it becomes like a place to vent and bitch, right? And for those of you that know me well, know that it takes a lot of willpower for me not to like throw in my little comments because it annoys me.
Right.
But I couldn't help it on this one, and I got like nasty sized off of front door or next door.
Oh no!
But let me just tell you what I said, okay? Because I don't want to think it was that bad. But let me read this. I know it's off topic.
No, go ahead.
But this has just been aching at me, okay? So this lady posts, like, I'm not going to give her name, even though she puts her name on there. But, okay. A house on our street is having a house party with a live band, including drums, which, by the way, anybody that knows me knows I used to play drums when I was a kid, right? So that I'm already, like, all up for this. Sorry. That including drums, a full brass section, and a sound system.
Nice.
By the way, between me and you, it sounds fucking dope as hell.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It is now 1 a.m.
Oh, God.
And it's been going since 6. It's so incredibly loud. Our house is shaking. I've been waiting on the non-emergency LAPD line for hours. Already, I feel like screaming like fucking get a life.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally.
At one point, it hung up on me. Well-deserved. And I had to start over. My husband, of course, the woman, sorry. My husband went over there. But everyone is in the backyard. Duh. It's a fucking house party, right? And no one answered the door. I am truly going insane, and I have to work in the morning. I just cannot understand the deep lack of consideration for anyone else. Is there any other recourse we have if we can't get anyone on the phone? Please help.
This is a Labor Day party, right? Like, is this for this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I made one little comment.
Oh, no. What did you say?
I just said, wow, talk about first world problems.
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Right? I got so much fucking hate.
No, really?
Right? Yeah. Oh, police department's terrible. Defund the police is not working. This is noise pollution, and you have the right to quiet enjoyment.
Oh my God.
Guess what? So let me tell the non-lawyer idiots on Nextdoor. First of all, your neighbor has also the right to celebrate an event on his private property.
Exactly.
If he wasn't violating a specific noise ordinance, then you have nothing to fucking say.
Exactly.
Maybe he should have passed around flyers. Like I did that one year for Maya's Sweet 16 party we had at the house. I did flyers all day. Like, hey, look, on this Saturday night, we're going to have a party. It's going to be a DJ.
Yeah.
Whatever. Otherwise, for fuck's sake. So this is, and I hate to say this because I'm going to basically lump myself into this. This is fucking Reddit for my generation. It's fucking Nextdoor. Okay? They just go on there and they start crying and bitching about like nothing important. Literally nothing important.
I wonder if you can find Reddit stories about just that app. Like
I bet you.
A whole episode.
Now, I've seen things like we're like, yo, a house just got broken into. Be careful.
That's important.
Right.
Someone's dog is outside. Anyone know whose dog is this?
That's the point. But what I've also seen is, oh my God, or OMG, because they try to be hip. It's 96 degrees out and someone's walking their dog and they're shaming this guy and like putting pictures up. Okay. I understand when it's hot, it's hot.
Right.
Okay. Nobody wants their house full of dog shit and urine.
No.
Take the little fucking.
And if she's that worried, buy the dog some dog shoes.
Right.
And
by the way, most dogs love being outside. They don't give a shit how hot it is.
No, they don't.
Okay. Give the fucking dog some water. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going on a tangent.
No, because people complain about like stupid shit all the time.
I got like Facebook banned like 4 times. Okay. So I had to really tone it down. And I accept and recognize that I have a problem. Okay. That I can't just sit quiet forever in the face of stupidity. I'm sorry.
Right.
I just don't have patience. Right. Oh, like, did I tell you why I got kicked out of the West Hills Facebook group back in the day?
No, God, no.
Because some fucking Karen went on there and started bitching about their nail salon and how, like, the quality is so low and how, like, she doesn't understand.
New nail salon.
No, I literally said something like, you know, oh, thank goodness you brought this to our attention. Because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I knew that fucking Ling Ling at the fucking nail salon, wasn't giving your filler like the, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Right?
Oh
okay.
my God.
I got kicked out of it for that too, just for being sarcastic. Okay. So if those of you that are on Nextdoor, and it's my real name, you know who's making the comment. I tried to be humble. I tried to be good about it.
Don't give Eric a reason to answer because
for crying out loud. Is that really necessary? No. Did I have to waste the 2.5 minutes?
No.
Like reading about your fucking neighbor having a full brass band fucking house party?
Exactly. You know, I just wish I would have been invited.
Are you kidding me? When I was in high school and we went to we didn't have that.
Exactly.
Okay, that's like something right out of the fucking movies.
Exactly.
Okay, I want that. I want to be invited to a party with a full fucking brass band. Like, or with a brass section.
Neighbor. Your Karen neighbor was very upset.
Fuck her. I want the fucking electric guitar and I want the full drum set and I want the fucking brass and horn section. Okay,
exactly.
Goddamn. Mm-hmm. So to all the Karens on Nextdoor, from now, I'm just letting you know. Be careful what you post because I'm after all of you.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys.
This is a public service announcement.
That's right.
Eric is after all of you Karens.
And fuck all of you pretentious, tight, anal retentive fuckers. They're like, this is not the right place to make your comment. No, fuck you. This is not the right place to bitch about your neighbor having a party.
Exactly.
Right? Again, if you want to give me a neighborhood watch update, if you want to be like, there's a tsunami coming in Santa Monica. Okay, I get it.
Exactly.
But if you're going to use this app to alert the world that your fucking neighbor's having a loud party, that really only affected you.
Exactly.
Right? Fuck off.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Well, let's start it. So today's theme is pick-me's. So I looked up so I could get a definition for you because I was trying to explain it to Eric, but I have a definition now. It is a person who tries to prove they're not like other people but fails to execute it. So I feel like in my generation, it's seen more as a pick-me girl. Like there will be girls who, as soon as a guy comes around, they'll start to act differently. They'll start, they're so funny.
Okay. I understand.
They put me down. That's what a pick-me is.
Okay.
But both men and women could be pick-me's.
I get it. Yeah. So we didn't have a specific name other than like nerd, right? But that would be like the guy, like the teacher's like, well, who read chapter? Oh, I did. Yeah. Oh, me. Yes. Over here. Oh, I'll do. I know. Oh.
Yes. But like that, but in all of life.
Right.
Yes.
I get it. It's definitely a personality trait.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm sure, because I'm already kind of in an ornery mood from having wasted that fucking time on Nextdoor. Right. I'm sure I'm going to have quite a bit to say about the pick-me's.
Okay.
But, all right, let's launch right into it. So, Hurricane, take it away.
All right. So this one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Joking with My Wife About Her Not Being Ready for Sundress Season? Okay.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again for me, please? Am
I the asshole for joking with my wife about her not being ready for sundress season?
Sundress season. Okay.
Yes.
So basically, is this like she just doesn't look well?
Yeah. Okay. She overheard me and my friends joking around when we were playing video games. I joked that I can't wait for sundress season to be here. After they left, she told me to take her shopping. I asked her why, and she said to buy her a sundress because it's almost sundress season. I jokingly said that she just wasn't ready, and she was offended by it. Not much else to say other than if I'm the asshole for cracking a joke at that because she's made a bigger deal out of it than what I thought. For the record, my wife is probably overweight, but I'm not an idiot, and I didn't tell her that.
Yeah, but you kind of did.
Yeah, it gave a little bit of pick me. That's how I put it in to start. It gave a little bit of pick me of like, well, I am excited for sundress season, but not for you to wear them. Like,
yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and you can joke to your friends like, oh yeah, I'm ready to do that. Not my wife though. My wife, no, she's overweight. I wouldn't tell her that, but I did tell her she's not ready.
I mean, look, there is definitely a difference between brutal honesty and like never getting laid again from your wife.
Right.
Okay. And they don't always coincide, but in this case they do.
Yes.
So I'm just going to say this, Billy, I fucked up like this in the past too.
Okay.
Right. Like, Eric, do these pants make, my ass look fat? Like, no, it's your ass that makes your ass look fat. And I got a lot of heat for that when and I thought that was kind of clever. Right.
It is clever.
Right. It's honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But no, I got shit for that. So unfortunately, there are people that would rather me lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So having said all that, Billy, this is a good opportunity for you to take the hit, apologize profusely.
Yeah.
Tell Lucinda that you really not only didn't mean it, you were just making a stupid joke.
Yeah.
You don't even know where it came from. You're so sorry.
Exactly.
That she fucking looks great in anything. In everything, that you see her the same way you did the first time you met, whatever.
Exactly.
Okay? And there might be some truth to that. I mean, you might have just been messing around, mocking a little bit.
Right.
But one thing I've learned in 52 years roaming this earth, sharing it with the opposite sex, is that there are definitely certain things you should just keep to your fucking self.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You might as well have told her she was overweight. Him saying, like, I didn't tell her she was overweight, even though she is. You did.
Man.
You did. And you put that in there to try to make it seem like it wasn't your fault that you said that.
I know. And, I didn't know that sundresses have a season. I assume, it makes sense in a way.
Yeah, they say like a summer because it's too cold to wear them in the winter, but like summer, I guess.
But so I'm going to tell you two things that you may already know, the audience may not. And by the way, Hurricane informs me we are up to 5,800. We are almost 6,000.
Yes.
It's just so amazing. But there are a couple of things that people know about me that not our listeners may not know. But number one, just point of fact is I'm colorblind.
Right.
So when somebody asks, say, "Hey, does this look good?" Or I don't fucking know.
Right.
And I just try to be polite. I'm like, "Yeah, it looks great." And they may be the most clashy, ugly thing in the world. I just can't tell.
Right.
So rather than embarrass myself or make someone else feel bad, I'm like, "Yo, that looks great."
Yeah,
right. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get asked that often because most people close to me already know.
Right.
Right. And by the way, for those of you that do know me, but always kind of wonder, like, why do I always like find a way to just wear blue jeans? Because everything matches blue jeans. Like I don't have to coordinate.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's number one. Number two, and this is important, I understand, and this relates, right? Mm-hmm. I understand that maybe the term sundress is because they use certain colors that are like bright or airy looking or earthy, whatever you call it.
So I guess there's different interpretations of what sundress are to different people. Some people like it's like the tighter bodycon dresses are sundresses to them. Other people like that floral, like colory, like you said. So I guess it just depends which one you're looking at. But yeah, basically it's more like a summer vibe, more color, I'm guessing. More form-fitting, basically.
Okay. So that might explain if it's form-fitting.
Of why he told her she wasn't ready?
Right.
She probably shouldn't have worded it like that.
No, I know, but I mean, it almost feels like he was trying to, like, do her a solid. Like, yo, Lucinda, don't go out wearing that. Right? Okay.
You're not ready yet.
Okay, look. I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but when you go to Vegas and it's like the summer Labor Day hot weather, some of the bikinis that some of these people put on.
2 crackers and a Post-it note.
Oh my God. And the shit spills out everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. So if Billy was just trying to be like, yo, Lucinda, when you put on a little short, thin, almost see-through sundress, it's all over. I get where maybe he might want to find a way to discourage it.
Right.
Right. But
maybe not like.
Right. So here's my advice to you, Billy, because now I'm thinking like, there might be more to this.
Right.
And maybe he's actually trying to do her a favor.
Okay.
So, Billy, in the future, just say, "Oh, babe, that's a great dress, but it's just not your color."
There you go.
Say something like that.
Wait, she wasn't even putting it on. She just asked, "Let's go to the mall so I could get one."
Right, but I'm saying that you say that when you're there.
Yeah, that's true. Go with her still.
Right.
Don't say, "No, you're not ready for it."
Make her feel like she matters.
Exactly.
Like, yo, let's go to the mall. Mm-hmm. Let's roll up to that fucking sundress store, whatever it's called. The Sundresses R Us, whatever. And every time she looks like, I don't know. That's just not your color. It doesn't bring out like your eyes. And just say shit like that.
Exactly.
Okay. You'll still, get yours. And if you're lucky, she won't buy an embarrassing outfit that she's going to wear on your next fucking date night.
Exactly.
So I'm going to award Billy a single one dingleberry. Mm-hmm. It's a little fucked up, but I do kind of think he was maybe trying to solve a bigger issue.
Maybe.
Get it bigger. Okay. That's not right. And number two, I'm going to give Billy a 6 on the Feldman scale of shame. Okay. I think it's a little shameless to be like,
you could say it,
yo, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Like after her hearing, like, oh, I'm so excited for sundress. Oh, not you though.
Right. But it could have been so much worse.
It could have,
right? Yes. He easily could have hit that full 0.
Yeah.
If he had, been like, oh, baby, you're way too fat or something like that.
Yeah, that could have been worse.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Right. And then the only thing that would make it funnier, see, I wish Reddit had like images like of the people.
So we could see.
Because if Billy himself is like a 300-pounder,
telling his wife
then I would change, this would be like a 5 dingleberry moment. But we just don't know. So I'm assuming that Billy is like an average or maybe thinner person.
Maybe.
And he might be a bit more sensitive to how he looks next to Belinda Lucinda.
Maybe.
Right? Beluga. Like that's a name of like beluga whale. I don't know if she's really that big or not. I'm just saying. So. I know that guys that are small sometimes feel weird next to like big girls. Right?
Yeah.
So
maybe.
Right? You never know.
All right. Next one then.
Hit me.
Title is, Am I the asshole for joking about my friend's girlfriend even though he's touchy about it? Me and my friend group are pretty standard. All 20 to 25 male college kids. We play around and make jokes about each other, and it's all in good fun. That being said, it's still pretty necessary for us to be thick-skinned. One of us, let's call him E, male 21, has been dating this girl, J, female 21. I thought that was funny, E and J.
E and J. Oh.
I thought it was funny.
Do you know what our combined rap name is? Did I ever tell you?
What is it?
Ready? Because Jennifer and Eric, right? Generic.
Generic. I like
Bam,
that.
You like that?
I like that.
It's our rap group. We're generic.
I like that.
Boom.
Like that.
Way better than Benifer.
It is.
Right? Fuck them.
Benifer.
That was Ben Affleck and
Jennifer.
J-Lo, you know that. Benifer. Yeah.
That is true. Generic. They should have got that one, but now it's yours. Copyright it.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could. It's probably taken.
All right. Well, since our senior year of high school, I guess they've been dating. But here's the thing. E is a pretty attractive guy. Maybe like an 8 or a 9 in the nicest way. J is sitting at a solid 3 or 4.
Damn.
I know. This, along with the
By the way, and J could be Josh too. Eric and Josh, because that's right. Eric is a solid 9. Just kidding. Sorry, buddy. Just kidding.
This was just straight to him.
Oh, by the way, to our podcast world, by popular demand and by direct request from Josh,
he will be coming back on.
He's going to co-host with us for Friday's episode.
He will. So look forward for that, guys.
All right.
This, along with the fact that E is funny and outgoing, and J is super quiet and never really talks to anyone, spawned by a lot of jokes among our friends, our friend group, that they don't belong together, and that E could do way better. Do guys just do that? You just sit around and just joke about how you could do better?
Honestly, not usually.
Okay. She said he always seemed a bit put off by the jokes, so out of respect for him, we stopped telling the jokes in front of him and saved it for the days that he wasn't around.
Well, that's nice. Just behind his back instead.
It bugged me, though, the way we could all make jokes about each other and poke fun at each other, and E was going to make all jokes. And E was going to be the buzzkill about the girl that he was seeing. Unfortunately, this culminated in a night of drinking and fun at one of the boys' house when I found our old yearbook and pointed to her picture. And I asked the boys whether E had brain damage.
Oh.
Why would he shoot down multiple girls who were way sexier for Jay? He was sitting right there. He just got up and left the house without talking to anyone. We didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks. I tried to explain that it was just jokes, that they were all assholes sometimes, and that we don't really mean any of it. He didn't respond to my text, though. When E finally reached out to us, it was to let us know that he didn't want to talk to us any longer and that he was planning on proposing to her, and we shouldn't be surprised if we didn't get invited to their wedding as well. This was, of course, a wake-up call to the group and started an argument between us. Should we have kept our jokes to ourselves, or was E being too touchy? The whole group has always made jokes at each other's expenses when it comes to weight or height or whatever, and it's never been an issue before. So it kind of pisses me off that he's so tense about the jokes we made about his girlfriend. Am I the asshole here?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out, how is this like the pick me thing?
So he's being the pick me because he's like, well, she's so ugly. Like, why would you do that? There was so many better girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
And he's basically like, now you're being weird. I can make jokes. Like, we make jokes about each other. Why can't I make a joke about your girlfriend?
Well,
basically.
All right. So I'm going to just two things. Up until hey, I'm about to propose to Lucinda.
Mm-hmm.
Or she might be a Belinda also. But
we don't know.
Because Belinda, by the way, that just so the podcast world knows, and I just decided this today, Lucinda is our typical, but Belinda is if we're referring to a fat Lucinda.
Okay, that's fine.
Like Belinda.
Okay, that's fine.
So
do you know my brother refers to fat people? Fat women?
My brother Josh likes them big too.
Oh, no, I said, you know what he calls them.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you said he likes them.
No.
Oops, I take that back. Sorry, bro.
Tortas. So it's but they'd be like, look at that torta.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. But I don't know if this is a Lucinda or a Belinda.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I'm sure about is she's a sunshine.
Yeah.
And she's his sunshine.
Yeah. And he loves her. That's his
really
woman.
all that matters.
Yeah.
Right? So I will say this, and I'm not going to use any names or anything like that. I have a diverse group of friends.
Okay.
We touched on it last episode. I have work friends.
Right.
That are colleagues, right? I have poker friends, and then we have like social, like outside of poker friends.
Right.
Okay? I don't think anybody married super knockout women.
Right.
And many are as happy today as they've ever been.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, even though it's a cliche, like I did that rhyme.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
Dr. Seuss is in the house.
Right. Bam. That's right. At the end of the day, beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly.
Unless your sister-in-law somebody like, sorry.
Unless they are the less limbed. That's different.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to say this because, and you know what? Two reasons.
Okay.
Number one, you don't know this because it's off air, but I get a little bit of shit from my brother because I tend to point out like a lot of his issues. So
right.
far, the podcast world knows that he shits whenever he has to. He doesn't care. He'll pee in a bottle if he's on a long distance drive. Mm-hmm. He defiled the first class cabin, right? And on and on. So
this is why he wants to come back.
I know, probably. So you know that Josh and we send each other TikToks like all fucking day.
Right.
Things that we find funny.
Right.
There was one where it was basically a very chesty woman dancing. You know that song is like doom, doing like she snaps and like she her image changes or whatever, right? It's like a Busta Rhymes, I think, song or something.
Yeah, I've seen it on TikTok.
Yeah, okay. So she does her little dance and then she changes and the chest is like swinging. So I sent that to Josh and I said, look, if your sister-in-law Ashley had this behind, she'd have a boyfriend today.
She would.
Josh immediately responds, not even with that.
Aww.
But my point is that we look,
Yeah.
Josh and I, especially when we're together, we fucking people pick all the time. We find it so fucking funny.
I love people watching. I love just
and we
critiquing
do.
and
I
looking.
know, and I know it's douchey. A lot of people don't like it, but Josh and I think it's the funniest fucking
So
stuff.
do I.
Okay, now problem is, it's not really a problem. It's more etiquette. We don't do it with people we know,
exactly,
or about people we know,
and telling them.
Well, I'd say unless it's just he and I.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the point. I would not put my sister-in-law on blast to people in like a friends group.
Yeah.
Or like if, my brother were getting married now for the first time.
Exactly.
All that stuff. So, yeah, you're the asshole for doing that. He asked you at one point not to. I know we went on a little bit of a tangent. But
I also feel like he's the asshole because, like he said, they make fun of each other, not each other's significant others. It seemed because they were like, we poke fun and we bully and we make fun of each other and we talk shit about each other. And it's like, but this is the only mention of a significant other. It's like she's the only girlfriend that has gotten talked to about like in this way. So that's how I felt like it was kind of like that pick me behavior. It was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure when you talked shit about him, he didn't care. Like he personally was like, oh, that's fine. But it's like now you're bringing in his girlfriend. And that was like.
Yeah, and that's right. Because like I got homies from high school. You can say anything like Nepo's dad and I. We could say shit about each other all day long. But we don't talk about each other's wives or girlfriends. We just don't do it.
Exactly.
And if we do, it's in their presence.
Exactly.
So they know that it's just a dumb joke, right? And we kind of like build off of that.
Exactly.
But like the last time I'm going to do, like,
Is he fucking blind?
Right. Like, or like, I mean, has anybody seen Oscar's girl? Like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to give friend Billy 3 Dingleberry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give him a 4 on the Feldman scale.
Okay.
It's not the most shameless thing he could have said or done.
Yeah.
Right? He could have gotten much worse with something like this.
Yeah.
Right? But still, not very cool.
They're definitely not getting invited to the wedding.
No, I wouldn't even want him there at that point if it were my wedding. They've already crossed the line. I don't think it's going to take a long time to come back from that.
Yeah.
It's not impossible because at some point he's going to miss his friends.
That's true.
And he's going to want to have that guy time. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely going to be some better boundaries.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, this is probably something that had to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next one.
All right.
Title of this is, Am I the Asshole for Calling Out My Friend for Her Texts? A few months ago, my friend, 27 female, was sending ass pictures and selfies in her bra to a group chat that we had made. This group chat mainly consisted of guys, so I understand why she would send those pics. I always thought that she was trying to get a certain someone's attention, and I didn't think too much of it. She's always been very comfortable with sharing her sexual life, and I was just used to her behavior and self-expression. Well, one day, she started to send extremely detailed messages about her sexual desires and talking about how horny she was in the group chat. The guys didn't really say much beside replying with laughing emojis and making fun of her. The more they ignored and avoided her, the more explicit she got. Finally, a couple of the guys, and including my boyfriend, who was also in the group chat, messaged me privately expressing how uncomfortable they were. Mind you, most of these guys are in relationships or married with kids already. They've never really had a problem with her self-expression before, since they usually just got to ignore her. But the way she was expressing herself that night was more than enough to make them take a step back. So I took it upon myself to reply to her and say, "Hey, don't you have someone else to talk to about this?" And she very quickly said no and continued to babble about the same things. Nope, move along. Then I messaged her privately and told her that she was taking things too far and was making me and my boyfriend uncomfortable. I didn't want to throw everyone else under the bus and asked if she could stop or simply change the subject. She left me on red and left the group chat without saying anything else. We didn't speak for a few weeks after this, and when she finally called me and sort of just swept it under the rug, she asked, "So is the group chat boring now that I'm gone?" We all know that I'm the only girl that made things fun in there, which obviously annoyed me since I was the only other girl in there. And it felt like a jab at me. I ignored her comment and just said that things were normal and fine without her. We never touched the subject again, but I was told by one of the guys that she was calling me a party pooper and that I should have been the one to leave since I was so uncomfortable and that she can't help it that she's so sexual. Does that make me an asshole?
Huh.
See, that's the prime definition of a pick-me, of the girl who was sending those pictures.
Okay. I'm curious about how girl power feels about this. I'm going to tell you what I think in a minute.
Okay.
But because I probably am reading way too deeply into this, but as a lawyer, that's what I do. I go down these rabbit holes of research. So to speak. But go ahead.
Well, to me, I've seen girls like this. Girls that they want that attention and they know by sending a picture, she knows that only guys were in that group chat, that the guys were obviously going to see it. She wanted a reaction. And at the end of the day, she's just your typical whore, sending pictures in a group chat with 1, men who are in a relationship, 2, men who are married with kids, and then 3, the jab at her saying that, oh, like, it's so boring now because you're the only woman there. You don't need to send nudes, ass pictures, boob pictures to make a group chat interesting, especially when these men are taken.
Did she send pictures, or were this just texts and words?
It was both. She would send ass pictures and then like boob pictures, and then she started with the words and saying like how she was horny and shit.
All right. So I have a couple of thoughts.
Okay.
My first thought is that this person might have been not in her right frame of mind. Okay. This sounds like a lot of like drunk texting and sexting that people do. And they think it's a lot funnier than it is the next morning when like, oh, fuck, did I just send that? Right. That's part of it. Mm-hmm. Being that there is only one other woman in this group, I think makes it a bit more awkward. Like it's basically men and people that are in relationships. Yeah. But then that also raises the question in my head, where were all these other girlfriends and wives? Exactly. Why aren't they in this group chat? Mm-hmm. And then the first thing that came to my mind, I'm going to be honest, is I would give money to look at this girl's phone. I bet, and I'm just speculating, I wonder, I should say, how many like fucking people slid into her DMs out of that group private, like, yo, Lucinda, I didn't know you felt that way. Right. What's up? Exactly. Right? Like, you know,
I feel like she has to, for the fact that she had told the other guys, like, well, if she was so uncomfortable, she should have left. So I feel like some of them had to have talked to her. But I'm guessing some of them were talking to the other woman that when they told her, like, hey, we're uncomfortable with her. So I guess it was like a split, maybe. Like some of them were like in her DMs.
It could have been. Mm-hmm. My thought is, a woman puts herself out there like that in a group. Basically, clearly, she has that's a Feldman scale 0. Exactly. Right? She has no shame about any of that. And maybe she looks really good. Maybe part of this is like she shows off her own body, or she's like, yeah. Because I know people that truly are like in love with their own physique. Right. You know, and I'll tell you, Maya has a friend named Tommy who's like 6'7", and he looked like a 40-year-old man, like when he was in high school. Okay. But that's what he does. He basically just like works out and takes pictures of his abs, and he's got like a million Instagram people. Mm-hmm. Like that's his job now. Right. So I get that there are people that's what they do, and they're sort of
she said she was like sexual. She was more comfortable being in her sexuality or whatever.
Fine, but that's also an excuse for the bad behavior. Yeah. Okay. So I think a couple of things. I think one, and I hope this is wrong. I know that there are people that take some weird amount of pleasure in causing strife with other couples. Yeah. You know, like they sprinkle these seeds of discord or discontent, rather.
It's that like he has a girlfriend and I want to be able to see what I can do.
Or fuck with them, right? Or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what this feels like a little bit, because again, there's only one other woman, and everybody else who's connected to or has a significant other, like those aren't in this group. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't know. They could have added more people. So
I was thinking maybe this is like a gaming group chat or something.
Maybe. Yeah. But still, it's weird.
It is.
Right? But I also think it was maybe meant to gauge responses. Yeah. Sometimes I think people do, like how many times, even you personally, me personally, we've all done this. We say something because we want to get the reaction. And if it's not the reaction we want, like, oh, no, I was just kidding. Come on. Exactly. Right? It's kind of what that feels like too. Mm-hmm. Right now, if she got a bunch of like slides in her DM, am I saying this right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Then this might be what she really wanted, and maybe she just needed a good dicking, right? And okay, but otherwise, it's just weird. So
it's pick me.
But I mean, I don't even know if this is like a dingleberry worthy.
I don't think so. But I know it was
group on her own.
Am I the asshole for her like pointing it out to her and telling her like, hey,
no,
maybe
probably not.
I don't think she was the asshole.
Especially if other people,
especially if her own boyfriend was in there.
But also, yes, and that's important. But I also feel like because there were other people, she may have been the only one comfortable enough, because women to women are different than guys to women.
And that's why I think the guys reached out to her like, hey, that's making
Can you fucking fix this? Right. Yeah. Not, I don't think that's out of pocket at all. Like, or hey, yo, listen to this is your friend, Belinda. Like, you need to tone her, rein her in. Yeah. So, but no, I don't know that she's the asshole.
Okay. I don't think so either.
I do think it's, I mean, picture Belinda, Lucinda. She's a 0 on the Feldman.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't. She has no shame.
Calling her out, I'll give her a 9. I don't really think that's that shameless.
Me neither. I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think it's pretty okay. Like, hey, you don't realize who your audience here is, or maybe the audience isn't as like liberal and open as you thought. Yeah. So, all right.
Next one. Okay. This one's a real Easy one.
Oh, okay.
Am I the asshole for announcing my pregnancy at my partner's grandfather's funeral?
Oh, hell no. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
My 24 female partner, 27 male's grandfather recently died. He wasn't close to him, so he didn't get affected much, yet we still went to the funeral. He invited me for emotional support, and I obliged. I also recently found out I was pregnant. He didn't know. I told my mother, and she's ecstatic about it. I told her about how my partner didn't know about the funeral, about the pregnancy, so I thought it would be a good idea to announce it at the funeral, and so did my mother. And so I did. Out with the old and in with the new. That was an actual saying. She put that in there. Out with the old and in with the new.
Okay.
And I thought it would lighten the mood. And I could tell that to my in-laws in person. He was at the funeral and the mood was slumber, so I had to hold the announcement off for a little bit. At the wake after the funeral, all the close in-laws who would be in my baby's life were there. I thought since people's moods had slightly lightened, it would be a good time to announce it. I was very excited. I went where everyone was gathered. I stood on a chair and announced my pregnancy happily. Everyone was shocked. And my partner came up to me and, to my surprise, took me away and started shouting at me.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
I want to make sure I didn't miss it. Did you just say this bitch stood up on a chair?
She stood up on a chair.
At a funeral?
At a funeral.
Just like, yo.
Yeah.
While you're lowering grandpa down in the ground, I got an announcement.
Yeah, she stood up on a chair and was like, yeah, I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, you know?
All right, this is now...
Like she said, out with the old and in with the new.
Okay, that's fucked up by itself, but now I really understand better this whole pick-me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get it. All right.
And then she said, and some of my in-laws left and are mad at me now. I can see how someone could be offended. However, they did overreact. When we got home, my partner said that he was happy I was pregnant, but that this wasn't the time to announce it. I still don't see the issue. I was trying to lighten the people's mood. It wasn't at the funeral. It was at the wake. So I really don't see what was wrong with this. I do feel bad for offending my in-laws, but in my family, it would be acceptable. So am I the asshole here? You want to go first? Because your face, you see.
There is so much wrong with this.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah, a lot. So yes, Lucinda, you are the asshole.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You're I mean, it's not even a question of being a full 5. It's really, I'm trying to decide if you're like a Lizzo ass, a jelly roll ass, somewhere a little in between.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
That is the least appropriate way to announce a pregnancy, especially if the father doesn't know and you just sprang it on him in front of grieving relatives. His grandfather may not have been close with him. There were probably lots of people there that were close with him.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe like the fucking grandma, if she's still alive.
His parents.
Right. I was going to say, how about the mom and dad? Right? Yeah. Like.
It's
that's so cringy. Yes.
And for her to be like, I don't see a problem with it.
Why would she? I mean, she's that shallow and stupid.
Yeah, he died, new life. Let's go. Let's stop being sad, guys.
I mean, listen. I understand thinking that way. Okay? But saying it out with the old, like, oh my fucking God. Yeah. The guy's literally in a fucking pine box.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
DAYUM.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then not understanding why her boyfriend's mad.
Right.
Not understanding why would you be mad?
This is almost like somebody, I hate to say this, but it's almost like if you have a sister-in-law that's completely oblivious to anything that she says or does that could be considered cringy or inappropriate.
Yeah.
And then doesn't understand like why you're upset or annoyed at it.
No.
Why would you? Almost like that.
Yeah. Why? Because why would you?
Right. First one.
Yeah. That one, it really, for me, I was like, wow.
How many do you think Josh is going to come up with on his own when he co-hosts?
Oh my God, a lot.
Oh, he's going to have to. Oh my God.
He has them written down. He's waiting for this.
I know, right?
All right. Ready for the next one then?
Probably not, but go ahead.
Okay. Title is, Am I the Asshole for Calling My Best Friend a Pick-Me Girl? Okay. My best friend Rose and I have been besties since we were 12. And now, nearly a decade after, we are still going strong at 21 years old. During high school, our sophomore year, we started hanging out with a group of seniors. We were 16, 17, they were 17, 18. It was a group of 4 guys, and we started hanging out with them. 2 of them were taken, and 2 of them were single, and by the end of my senior year, I had started dating one of the 2 guys. So it was now one single guy in the friend group, and then my friend Rose. This is all just background. Who was single? Let's call the guy Bran. Bran and Rose grew really close together, and we all joked that they'd make a cute couple. They both brushed it off, saying that they weren't each other's type. Rose would always find comfort in Bran, but sometimes she took things too far and would make Bran uncomfortable. When I talked to her about it, she said there's nothing to worry about and that they're just friends, and if he felt uncomfortable, he would tell her. Flash forward to now. Bran and Rose never did anything, not even a kiss. Bran also kind of distanced himself from Rose for the reason previously mentioned. And even as friends, Rose was not the kind of friend Bran would like to have, since she's being very self-centered at times and always dismisses people's issues and acts like the attention should be on her. I've always told her it's not okay that she does that. She fixes it for a couple of weeks and then she does the same thing. Well, Bran got a girlfriend a couple of months ago. And it's actually, right? And it's actually a really close friend of his, and they grew closer until they ended up together.
Oh.
Right? They seem to be getting along really well, and we're all really happy for him. Well, Rose doesn't seem too happy. Whenever the girlfriend is around, she always makes comments about that one time Bran and I did this, or something along the lines of, "Oh, Bran, remember how we used to sleep in the same bed at sleepovers?" She'll always joke about Bran and her. Well, she always jokes about Bran and her getting married one day, and jokingly told the girlfriend to back off of her man. At some point, it was getting out of hand, and she pretended that the room was too hot and was provocatively unbuttoning her shirt. Bran told her to stop doing all of this, and she just responded with, "Haha, don't worry, Bran. It's not something you haven't seen before." Then I stepped in, and I told her to stop acting like a pick-me. It's getting embarrassing. Rose and the rest of the guys there all called me the asshole, basically for calling Rose out like that. Bran, on the other hand, thanked me for speaking up because he's exhausted of her and her behavior. The rest of the friends who are still mad at me think that I embarrassed Rose in front of everyone like that, and now I'm the one acting like an insecure asshole, apparently. So am I the asshole here?
If everything Belinda wrote, or Lucinda, sorry, now I'm going to fucking say Belinda. If everything Lucinda wrote is true, and happened the way she says, then no, she is not the asshole.
No.
Okay? It is fun the first 30 fucking times.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
The first time you make the joke, sure, whatever.
Yeah. And this is almost like marking her territory.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right? She told her, "Don't go on my man."
Right. But I mean, it's like look, so clearly there is a deep love that she doesn't want to admit to.
Exactly.
I've known people that were very, very close, and for all intents and purposes, they really should have been married and together.
Exactly. But they didn't, you know?
They did not. But they should have. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it was not improper for girlfriend Lucinda to call Rosie out here. Especially
she was getting naked in front of everyone.
All that stuff. I mean, but that was just her going over the top.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, it is very much a cry for attention. Look at me. Right? Look at me. I'm Bran's first love.
Exactly.
I know I'm better than you do.
Exactly.
And all that stuff. It's if anybody is swimming in insecurities, it's Rose here.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, there really is no good reason to, even if you are secretly deeply in love with Billy here.
Don't sabotage his relationship like this.
You could potentially owe it to him and yourself to have a direct, real conversation.
Yeah.
Tell him, "Listen, Billy, I'm sorry. I should have said this sooner, but you need to know this. I have to get this off my chest. If not now, then when?" Right? I don't ever want to wonder what could have been.
Exactly.
And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to, whatever. Right? But by basically making or trying to make his current Lucinda look stupid, or foolish, or less than, or whatever, all you've done was make yourself that much less attractive.
Exactly.
So definitely she's the asshole. Rosie here. And I will give Rosie a 3 on the Feldman scale.
Okay.
It's not the most shameless thing she could have done.
Right.
Like she could have actually gotten completely naked.
Right.
Right. And just like stopped listening.
Yeah.
But she went pretty far down the shamelessness route.
We used to sleep in the same bed.
Yeah. I mean, she just threw out every fucking innuendo possible.
Exactly.
To make a point that really didn't need to be made.
Exactly.
So it's almost like when you have a cringy, fucked up sister-in-law that goes out of her way to like tell you how she feels, even though it's mostly bullshit, or feelings that are brought on by her own pathetic behavior, but somehow makes you, at least tries to make you feel bad for her.
Exactly.
Almost like that.
It's almost like that.
Almost.
All right. Next one.
Hit me.
Title of this one is, "Am I the asshole for telling my sister that her husband would take her more seriously if she didn't dress like she did?"
I'm sorry. One more time?
Am I the asshole for telling my sister that her husband would take her more seriously if she didn't dress like she did?
Huh, okay.
My 26 female sister, Anna, 24, married my friend Lance, 27 male. He was the cool guy in our friend group. Handsome, mysterious, smart, and quiet. I don't know how he ended up with my sister. She's the total opposite.
Wow.
Loud, funny, outgoing, all of that. She is beautiful though, really beautiful. And when they got together, everyone said how good they looked together. Anna seemed to be really in love with him all the time. She used to say how dreamy he was and how good he treated her and how he spoiled her and how she felt. But Lance was always so stern and quiet. She would revolve around him at family gatherings, but he wouldn't engage that much with everyone but me and her. I was surprised when he asked her to marry him. My sister never took the wifey role too serious.
By the way, I'm sorry. I know I've been trying really hard not to interrupt you. This is the cuntiest thing I've ever read, listened to. Like,
oh yeah,
who the fuck is this person?
Yeah, about her sister.
Like, oh my God. Even if this were like not her sister,
Yeah.
it's already like a lot.
It's shitty.
Worse than it's your own flesh and blood.
Exactly.
Fuck.
And we haven't even gotten to the worst part, right?
Oh, okay.
She had a non-traditional wedding, and Lance went along with it. She made a bunch of rules and that he agreed to, and then he moved to his house. Anna banned house utensils from the wedding guest list. She didn't work, and she didn't finish her studies, and they don't plan on having kids. My sister is pretty much only into her looks, and I didn't think Lance cared for that before. She's always on Snapchat or Instagram. I thought that after getting married, she would dress more appropriately since she used to use crop tops, blouses, dresses and shirts that showed her cleavage, short skirts, or tight jeans. But she says that Lance likes her just fine. Last week was my dad's birthday, and we had a party. My sister and Lance came, and she was wearing a pretty short floral dress. Nonetheless, most of the men were looking at her, including my dad's friends. Lance was as stoic as always, and my sister came to my mom and I, saying that she didn't know why he was so quiet since he's not like that usually. So I told her that if she didn't dress like that, he might take her more seriously. She got sad and sat quiet the rest of the night, and I didn't think much of it. But a few days ago, Lance texted me saying that he would appreciate it if I didn't comment on his wife's way of dressing ever again. Did I miss something here? I just want to say, no, I'm not in love with him. It sounds like you are, girl.
Yeah, 100% you are.
She is in love with him. She's definitely in love
1,000%.
with him. Exactly.
1,000%.
Exactly.
And it's really sad that the way you express your love is to sabotage and ruin and hurt people.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
And I know it was a punch in the gut when Lance was like, leave my wife and what she wears alone.
100%.
Don't comment on that shit.
Yeah.
It was a punch in the gut.
But she shouldn't comment anyway.
Anyways,
Right.
exactly.
So she really does deserve everything she's getting now, like backlash-wise.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not okay to do. And honestly, it makes it worse because it's his wife. But really, it shouldn't. It shouldn't matter, right?
At all.
Anybody that is in a relationship that is happy, right? Either be happy for them or shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That's
and this
it.
is your sister. Like
That
you
makes
said,
it
it doesn't
so much
matter
worse.
if it is, but it makes it so much worse. Like you said, it's your own. I couldn't imagine being like, oh, he was, he's so good looking and smart and quiet. And my sister, she's the opposite of that. Oh my God.
It's not okay.
Exactly.
It's jealousy. It's once again, jealousy rears its ugly head.
Exactly.
Right? So, bitchy sister Lucinda, you need to go get yourself laid or go get high or go have a drink or do whatever the fuck you have to do to accept the fact.
Married.
I don't care what she is.
Yeah.
What she is somebody that wants what her sister has.
Yeah.
You need to get a grip on that.
Exactly.
Okay? This is going to be your family forever, hopefully. You need to stop.
Exactly.
Either that or talk to your sister about joining them, right? And making everybody's day.
Exactly.
Or keep your fucking mouth shut. Smile, say hello, learn to live with the awkwardness.
Exactly.
Okay?
Let it go.
Right. And move on.
You are in love with him. Get over
100%.
that. 100%.
Absolutely. There's no question.
No, there's not. She's definitely in love with
There's
him.
no question.
Exactly.
I don't even have a lot to say. She's a full 5 dingleberry asshole for doing it.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking solid 0 on the Feldman scale.
Definitely.
Like,
Definitely.
why would you? What joy does anyone get from ruining their sister's relationship?
Exactly.
Or
for her,
or impeding.
I'm pretty sure it would be great because I'm pretty sure she wants Lance.
Yeah, so. I know, but still, it's just so wrong.
I know. All right, next one. So I'm going to read the story, and I need you to tell me if you think she's a pick-me or not, because that was the question.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for wearing sexy clothes around my roommate's boyfriend? Sexy clothes was an excellent, like the little quotations. I study in the city, and I share an apartment with 2 other girls. I work at a bookstore and a cheese shop, so I just so I don't need to take out loans. It leaves me exhausted when I get home. I usually just take a shower, I make dinner, and I go to my room. It was all fine until one of my roommate's boyfriends started hanging out with her almost every night. It didn't bother me at all until last Saturday morning when I was in the kitchen making coffee. The boyfriend came in and asked if he could have coffee and started chatting. The roommate later came in and she was visibly annoyed. So I asked her what's up and she said nothing. When her boyfriend left, she asked to talk to me. She told me that my breasts are very distracting and that maybe I should consider wearing a bra or a thick hoodie when I'm in common areas, or simply just buy takeout so I don't need anything in the kitchen every evening when she, the other roommate, and their boyfriends are hanging out. The thing is that when I was making coffee that day, I was wearing a gray t-shirt and sweatpants. The boyfriend was in his boxers and she was wearing silk lingerie. She's 6 feet tall and very beautiful. She has done some modeling. I'm 5'6", and while I'm happy with how I look, I never thought of myself as a threat to someone like her. So I laughed and asked if she was serious. She became upset and told me that her boyfriend has been talking about my breasts. I was grossed out. So I just went to my room. All last week, I bought takeout with me and stayed in my room. Yesterday, however, I came home at 6 p.m. They were already in the kitchen, and the roommates and their boyfriends were there as well. Before I went into my room, the roommate yelled, "Pizza again? Soon you won't even be able to go through that door." I was fuming. Exactly. I put my sexiest push-up bra on, hot pants, and tiny see-through top. I went to the kitchen and started making food. The roommate was livid. She started yelling and then stormed off to her bedroom while crying and calling me a whore. My other roommate thought I was an asshole and heartless because the roommate has confided in us about her insecurities in the past that have left her hating her body. Was I the asshole here?
I'm going to say no.
I don't think so either.
I think it's kind of well-deserved.
Yeah.
You know, people are born with what they're born with.
Exactly.
People develop how they develop. And she doesn't sound like she's at the point where she can do or afford voluntary cosmetic surgeries or reductions.
Exactly.
Or she may not even want one. You know, at the end of the day, Lucinda only has to be comfortable with Lucinda.
Exactly.
Right? You don't have to. It doesn't matter. You know, like whatever she wears doesn't need to meet your stamp of approval. Especially, all right, and the fucking pizza jokes and the fat joke, whatever.
You told her to get takeout. She gets takeout, and then you body shame her.
I know. It's so fucking elementary school.
Like
it really is. Now, I don't know what oversensitive Lucinda's problems are.
Right.
I don't know why oversensitive Lucinda feels the need to like fucking burst into tears over that because she just dressed up a little.
Exactly.
And honestly, that's something that I would probably do if I were the girl, or I would do something like that as a guy, like a guy version of that. Like, because fuck you.
Exactly.
Right? Like, let me show you what you should really be uncomfortable about.
So do you think she's a pick-me? That was the question.
No.
Me neither. Good.
No, I think she is giving her a little taste back of probably what she deserves.
Exactly.
So I think oversensitive Lucinda is a 2 dingleberry asshole.
Exactly.
I do not.
I'm going to give her a 3 just because you're insecure, but you're body shaming other people.
Fair.
And I don't like that. So
fair.
That's a 3 for me.
I'm going to give Big Boob Lucinda a 0 dingleberry. You know what? You got it. You can flaunt it.
Exactly.
It's your body.
Exactly.
Really, it's your body.
Exactly.
You know, and by the way, I do want to say this. To me, and again, I'm just a typical guy, you know, early 50s, whatever. To me, there is a definite difference between people that go out to like a nightclub dressed like that. Because, look, I understand it's a form of expression. I also do believe that it's a form of like, sort of like, hey, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Or I want you to notice me. That's sort of like the, hey, pick me.
Yeah.
Right?
I have friends that'll go out and be like, I'm going to wear this top so I can get free drinks.
Or whatever, right? Yeah. Or I want to meet someone, or I want to be paid attention, whatever. Yeah. This doesn't sound like that was the ulterior motive here. This was more.
Said it was a t-shirt and sweats when she got first.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, called out for it.
So this last outfit that she threw on was really just to teach oversensitive Lucinda a lesson.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think she's a pick-me person either.
Me neither.
She really didn't want to be involved in any of this.
Exactly.
Fucking t-shirt and sweats just to make some coffee. Give me how much more do you want somebody to dress down?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, okay.
It's not her fault. That's just her body's anatomy.
That's right. Number one. Number two, how is she supposed to know that oversensitive Lucinda has these issues?
Exactly.
And how? And then everybody.
Why am I? Then
And why do we live in a fucking world where everybody takes up the cause of what they perceive to be the underdog, even if they don't know the whole story?
Exactly.
I have seen this now in the last year almost on college campuses, people protesting over things they know nothing about, truly know nothing about. They're all masked up like they're, like they're about to run a fucking raid, right? Yeah. They look like fucking morons.
Yeah.
And there is nothing more disturbing than a lily white, blue-eyed Karen, marching for something in the Middle East who doesn't even know on the map where the Middle East is.
Did you see that girl on TikTok that's getting called out, the Asian girl?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
She was trafficked.
Right.
And instead she was adopted.
It's all bullshit.
I know.
It's just like there was one also, they were doing like an anti-Israel pro-Palestine protest. And one guy is like, okay, so what does, what position? And like, she didn't even fucking know why they were there.
Yeah.
Like, well, I think we're here. Well, and then she was like, honestly, I just don't know. Like, you know.
Exactly.
So that's, in a way, almost like what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she didn't go out of her way.
No, she wasn't trying to get your boyfriend.
Right.
She was literally just trying to get some food because she just got home from work.
Right. So, yeah, grow the fuck up.
Exactly. All right, next one.
Okay.
I met a pick-me last night.
Oh, yay.
She is my boyfriend and I's new friend. She is my boyfriend and I's friend's new girlfriend. I'll call her Becky. We met up with them at the bar first, where I noticed a red flag immediately when she started talking shit completely unprovoked about her boyfriend's brother's wife. Oh. She was claiming that his brother's wife was flirting with her boyfriend. Since I know her, I know that she comes off a bit strong, but she doesn't have a lot of boundaries. But she doesn't do it in a harmful way, you know? She's been extremely friendly and sweet every time I've seen her, and she's been to our house before. Becky was going on and on about how she told her off in her own house and how she got in her face, and I'm sitting there like, okay, dude, not that big of a deal. But she was yelling and not stopping. Everyone at the table was like, we need to chill, but she just kept yelling and interrupting people, already making a scene. Then when it was time to leave the bar, she was trying to get everyone to go to her place. We always go to ours. Then she started randomly yelling, my place is better, my place is nicer. Like, okay, we get it. You can stop repeating it. We got to our place and she was being decent for a short time and then started getting annoyed. She was being nice to me the entire time, but disrespectful to our house and acting literally unhinged. We played Cards Against Humanity where everyone had to constantly yell and teach her how to play. Then we played Uno finally, and she kept throwing her card down on the table and making sure someone else moved it to the stack. Our rule for who plays first is who pooped last. But then Becky started going off about how that's gross and how females should never announce that they poop. Girl, what the fuck? Weirdo behavior. This entire time, she's been yelling and being loud. She held a lighter near the curtain at one point after my boyfriend told her to be careful, and she kept yelling, we can be as loud as we want at my place, but no, we had to come to your place. It isn't even as nice as mine. After he asked her to be quiet, the guys wanted to go outside for cigarettes, and her boyfriend always wears a pair of my old oversized slides that I leave by the patio since we don't wear shoes inside. But when Becky heard that they were mine, she literally freaked the fuck out and made him take them off and kick them across the room. Absolutely unhinged behavior. Also, throughout the entire time, her and her boyfriend kept stepping into the kitchen to talk, but it sounded more like she was nagging and arguing about her wanting to go home because she didn't like my house. Her boyfriend was constantly trying to calm her down all night. Did I mention they've only been dating for a week and all of us are in our late 20s?
Oh, that last part was more important.
They've been dating for a week and her acting like this?
Because if they were long-term friends and couples,
nope.
Maybe she can get away with that.
Nope.
But after a week, she was definitely wanting to be
me.
Yeah, the cause of something, the center of something. It's just so lame. I mean, I feel kind of, there's a part of me.
You feel bad for these girls, yeah.
Yeah, and I also feel kind of bad for people that have to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because to me, that's a bigger, greater insecurity when you've got to be the spotlight, right? You've got to make a scene of some kind.
Exactly.
You know,
it's because why?
I know. It's almost like when you have a cringy sister-in-law that needs to be the center of anything that you're doing or everything because she just wants to like be like you, exactly like
she
you.
She wants everything you have,
right? And that means like she wants you to take care of her kids. And she wants you to babysit when she has wine time.
Exactly.
And all the other stuff that comes with it.
And everything in your house is also hers.
Yes. And
but her stuff is only hers.
That's right. And she takes your guest room over, makes it hers, and refuses to let anybody else use the guest bathroom.
Exactly.
Almost like
that. Yeah.
Almost.
It's almost. All right. Last two. These two are my personal favorites.
All right.
This one is titled, The Time I Beat the Crap Out of a Pick-Me Girl. I'm a professional boxer. My husband has also been training in combat sports for over a decade. After we got together, he took me to his training gym where I met his female training partner who had been training with him for many years. She was the biggest pick-me I have ever seen in my life. On the first day, I stood quietly in a skirt watching them train. She came over and warmly asked, why don't you train with us? He likes girls who are into sports. I smiled and I replied, no thanks. During the training, she constantly partnered with him and chatted with him during breaks. My husband, then boyfriend, ignored her and walked over to me, asking if I was bored waiting. I shook my head. She followed us and put her arm around his shoulder, looking at me and saying, we're all about violence here. You probably don't like all this fighting and killing. She then positioned herself between me and my husband and turned away from me and started asking him questions about boxing. My husband was getting a bit annoyed at this point, but he didn't want to be rude, so he told her that they could discuss it later after the break. She turned around, seeming to notice me for the first time apparently, and said, oh, I see. You probably don't understand what we're talking about and find it boring, right?
What a bitch.
I remained silent with the cold expression on my face. Later, my husband decided to change partners during the break, and she exaggeratedly said to me, "Are you really jealous of this too? It's just a normal training process. We don't mind male or female partners here. We've been training like this for over a decade. Don't be so petty." At this point, I was getting really mad, but I couldn't find the right way to confront her. My husband noticed my upset expression and said he would stop training and go home. Then, she started messaging my husband from time to time. I was naturally angry and told him not to respond to her messages. He was quite helpless, saying, "She's just asking about the training. I can't ignore her. We've known each other as teammates for many years." Every time she saw me at the gym, she'd make it a point to say that, "We only talk about training in our messages. Don't worry about it." My patience was nearly at its limit. Once, when I accompanied my husband to the gym and changed into sportswear, intending to train with him, she stated her act again, saying that since she had been training at this gym for many years, she always led the warm-ups. She deliberately made the warm-ups more difficult than usual, making everyone exhausted. But remember, she's a professional boxer.
Okay.
She ran over to me and proudly said, "This intensity is just ordinary for us. The actual training would be way harder." I smiled and replied, "I'm not tired. I just think this warm-up isn't really scientifically sound." She got angry and pulled my husband's arm, saying, "She doesn't know anything, but acts like she knows everything." My husband patted her arm down and said, "My girlfriend's actually a professional boxer." She looked very confused, so I said, "I also do boxing. Today I'll use one of your punching bags, actually." She was surprised and excited, suggesting that we spar at a real fight that day. But I didn't want to, and I told her I didn't feel like it. She began insulting me, saying, "I get it. Most girls who do boxing just want to look good. They're timid and weak and afraid of real combat. Very few girls are like me, tough like a man and not afraid to get hit." And I laughed. I got annoyed, agreed to fight her to shut her up. She condescendingly said, "Don't worry, I'll take it easy on you." Well, when the fight started, she came at me like a mad woman, throwing heavy punches. I dodged and evaded and occasionally asked her, "Why are you so aggressive?" Which she kept ignoring and kept on attacking with full force. It was evident that she wanted to bully the weak, and if I were a complete beginner, she would have beat me badly. She had gone too far, and I had enough. I didn't want to encourage and engage with amateurs, lowering myself to their levels, but when someone provokes continuously and tries to snatch my man, well, so be it. So I stopped being defensive and started to counterattack. Although I didn't go all out, I did hit her pretty hard to make it painful. She couldn't even last a minute against me when I went full force. She had trained for a very long time and thought she could do better, so I just gave her a small lesson. After that beating, she cried a little bit, but she finally stopped bothering me. You think you could stand a pick-me like that? No. That every time you see her, she had comments like that to say?
No. There are attorneys that are like that.
Yeah? That,
find, for whatever reason, they find the need to criticize anything that you're doing. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're like opposing counsel.
Yeah.
So, it's a true story that reminds me of this. Maybe it was 2009. It was only like the second year I was practicing.
Okay.
And I got kind of like, I don't want to say I got bullied into taking a case, but I took on a case. It was a Chapter 11, which is complicated. I hadn't done any before. And I basically agreed to kind of step in the interim until they found a regular attorney that can do it, try to help them out. Anyway, opposing counsel was trying to file these motions to basically set aside the protection that comes with bankruptcy, like we want to foreclose or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I filed like a status report, and I was trying to so I show up at this hearing and I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, "Look, maybe we can work something out." And he goes, right. "No chance. And by the way, I read your status report. I thought it was written by a 5-year-old.
Wow.
I was like, "Okay." So we went to the hearing and we argued, and by the way, he fucking lost.
Good.
And as we're leaving, I just kind of looked over to him and I said, "Not bad for a 5-year-old.
Huh? Good. Good.
And now go tell your client that you lost to a kid."
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Good.
Yeah. So I don't go out of my way looking for these situations.
No, but if they come to you.
Yeah. And I do try to be professional and cordial with anybody I'm dealing with, like, especially in court, even if I don't like them.
Yeah.
Because how I may personally feel about somebody, that I don't let that, invade the courtroom.
Exactly.
But I don't like people like that.
No, and me neither.
If somebody does stuff like that to me, then yes, I will go out of my way to fucking humble them.
I don't know how she stayed this long. I would have beat her ass probably the first day.
Yes, you would have. And it would have given you a great deal of pleasure, especially if she was like 9.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, exactly. But my point is that I don't have a lot of tolerance for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's nasty behavior.
It is, because there's a fine line between sort of sharing your own accomplishments or accolades or trying to make somebody feel bad, like less than you.
Exactly.
Right? And this is where she was basically trying to be like, "Oh, you can't handle my workouts, girl."
Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, no problem. So nonetheless, yes,
How many dingleberries?
Oh, well, so trainer Lucinda, who's, not the, the
Pick
one.
me, Lucinda.
Yeah, pick me, Lucinda. She's a 4, dingleberry.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
And the only reason I didn't give her all 5 is because she actually went through with the fight.
Yeah.
It would have been worse if she'd have been like, on second thought, I don't want to hurt you. No, it would have been like, I just don't want to hurt you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the liability. Okay, bullshit.
Exactly.
So otherwise, she would have been a 5 if she had tried something like that. But she's a 4. On the Feldman scale, give her a 5.
Okay.
I think, it's a little shameless to like behave that way, but honestly, nothing can beat the fact that she got her ass beat like publicly.
Exactly.
And like, it lasted like a minute. That's enough. Like, I don't, you don't have to be more shamed.
That'd be enough for me.
So you don't even have to do anything.
Exactly.
And, you score at least a 5 on the Feldman for that.
Exactly.
So, all right,
All right.
hit me with our last one.
Last one.
All right.
Am I the asshole for returning a birthday gift I got from my boyfriend after he insulted me about my quote-unquote colorful past?
Oh, okay.
This happened last night, but my phone is still blowing up. I, female 26, dipped into my savings and got Mike, my boyfriend, 27, a PS5 for his birthday yesterday. He knew he was getting the PS5 because he told me that the PS5 was the only thing he wanted. We've been together for 4 years, so the cost didn't really matter to me. That is until I found out what he really thought about me. Some background, when I was 18, I was involved with a guy named Jake, a guy who I met online. We ended things after 3 months, and I moved on months after with Adam, a guy from work. I found out a couple of months later that Jake and Adam were actually really close friends, but I just didn't know Jake long enough to meet his friend group, so I had no idea. After finding out, I really took some time off dating, and 2 years later, I met my current boyfriend, Mike. I was upfront and honest with Mike about my past and the fact that I unintentionally was involved with friends. He said he understood that my past didn't bother him. Last night at his party, I showed up with the PS5 and him and his friends were screaming with joy. His best female friend, Jessica, laughed and said, "Well, I wish I was the thought so I could afford a PS5 too." You know what a thought is, right?
No.
It's like a hoe.
Why can't you just say hoe?
It's another word, thought.
Like my thoughts are running wild?
No, it's THOT. Thought.
Is it short for something else? Like that hoe ought to try better or something like that?
No, just is like hoe, yeah.
I made that up right.
It was a good one though.
Okay, so that's a new term I just learned. Okay.
I looked at her with an "excuse me" look on my face, and she just said, "Never mind," and walked away. I confronted my boyfriend about it, and he said, and I quote, "She's just messing with you. You can't take a joke?" So I pushed further as to why this girl's even calling me names to begin with. And he said, "Well, everyone knows that you were a thought before you met me."
Oh.
I asked him to explain how I was a thought before him, and he said, messing with best friends. He then pats me on the back and says, "It's okay because I'm not who I was back then, and if he could get over my colorful past and my thought mentalities to give me a chance, then I could get over Jessica's comments and give her another chance as well." I didn't say anything. I got up, I took the PS5 from the gift table, and I left. He was pissed. He literally called me 20 times, but I didn't care. I was so hurt that I took the bow off and took it straight back to the store where I got it from. They happily refunded it. I thought that was done, but Mike and all his friends, including Jessica, are now berating me for being petty, and they're all saying that I brought this on myself by making poor choices. I responded to Mike and told him that he deserves better than me, so find someone who isn't a thought and get the PS5 from them because I returned it already. He started screaming how I'm the biggest asshole for returning it and how I should be happy he ignored my colorful past. I'm thinking maybe I took it too far by taking it back. Am I the asshole here? There is an update.
Okay.
But the update's a little bit long.
No, I don't want to hear the update.
Okay.
We've already gone long today.
Okay.
I don't think she's the asshole. I think that people often go out of their way to say hurtful shit.
Yeah.
This is not a mistake. This, whether it's jealousy or whatever. Okay. There's not a single person, unless we live in the fucking 1600s.
Exactly.
And you get married at fucking 13 to a virgin. Right. Everybody has some kind of past. Not everybody has issues with their past. Many people have reconciled their past. Most people, like me, it's their past that defines who they are today. And while there's lots of things in my past that I wish I could change, at the same time, I wouldn't be who I am today had I not gone through those and persevered or come out ahead or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know, thought or no thought, it really is not relevant. And she really did something really sweet in that gift.
A PS5's $500.
I was going to say, that's not cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, you can make these comments and speak, talk shit and say nasty things. And then get mad when she's like, okay, fuck you and this PS5, I'm going to return it. No, that's not how that works. No.
No, exactly. I I was just reading the update to summarize it for you. So
Okay.
basically, he said that the reason that they even knew about her and then her ex-boyfriends were because he got curious one day and went on her Facebook, basically, and saw that both of her ex-boyfriends had money. So I guess when he told his friends, they were like, oh, she's a gold digger and she only wants you for the money. She also explained, he was like, he doesn't have money, so I don't know what he got that from. But he was basically like, oh, you want me for my money. And then
But she bought him the PS5.
She bought him the PS5.
Okay.
So, and that's when all his friends now, anytime he would bring it up, they would be like, "Oh, that gold digging whore, she's a whore. She probably still has some of that money left." But he was too embarrassed at that point when he realized like she's not like that. He was too embarrassed to defend her. So he let them all talk about it.
Then that makes him a bigger asshole.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Because when you realize it's not true,
exactly,
right, and your girlfriend can buy you 5 times over, and that's when you're, you should have done more the minute that all started.
Exactly.
And like, yo, I don't know about yesterday, but today she's with me, and that's all that really matters, and I don't care, and that's it.
Exactly.
Okay. I know that, and it's unfortunate. I know that there are a lot of guys that have that sort of insecurity, right? And honestly, it's really more of a social media / society based insecurity. Guys think that they have to compete with influencers and people that are like considered celebrity,
and it's like she's with you.
Yeah, just enjoy your relationship, learn to love each other for who you are, right? That's it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't marry her, there's going to be someone after you.
Exactly.
Just like there's going to be somebody after her.
Exactly.
For you.
Exactly.
And if you want to live your life constantly going back and reminiscing about what was for other people, then you're never going to actually find and live a happy, healthy life.
Exactly.
So fucking get over it, pal.
And for the pick me, Jessica. So I guess a lot of comments are saying like, oh, I'm pretty sure he slept with her or something, or she likes him. So she asked, and she was like, have you ever slept with her? And his response was no. But after she had found out about Jake and the other friend, she had suggested that they hook up if he ever wanted to get back at her. Yeah,
it's all petty. Exactly. It's all stupid.
And he was like, well, now I told you the truth after 3 years, so so she should forgive him and give him another chance was what he wanted. Fuck no. She said I didn't. Don't worry, guys. But
good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, maybe if they had different friends or they were willing to like break off and if they moved, they got married. But if this was a high school or early college, it sounds like they're younger. They're gaming and all that stuff. Not that gaming is limited to younger people.
26, 27.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like in their 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
Although 27, you would think at that point.
Yeah, and he's the 27-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think he'd have a bit more tolerance and maybe grow a pair. Like maybe his nuts haven't dropped yet.
Be like, hey guys, no, actually, she's not a whore.
Right, and she makes more than I do.
Yeah.
And she's the one that bought me this bomb gift that you all want to sit and play on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So I'm going to say, boyfriend Billy is a 2 dingleberry for not sticking up for Lucinda. I'm
going to give him a 3.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Pick me, Jessica, whatever.
She's a 5 on my scale.
Yes, I figured. I'm not giving her a full 5 dingleberries, but I'm giving her the 3.
Okay.
I don't know that this is a Feldman scale worthy issue.
I think she's like a 5 just for taking that PS5 back and returning it that same day. She was like, man, fuck you. Got up. She didn't even react. She got up,
all right,
got
that's
her gift.
true. Because you know what? Doing something shameless doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It could be ballsy or, kind of like a good for you sister. So, okay. That's fair enough. All right, 5 on the Feldman scale for just saying, like, you know what? Let me take this back. Fuck off. Go play your old, like, fucking Xbox One or whatever you used to, whatever it's called now. I don't know.
What would you give the boyfriend, Billy, just, like, on the scale just because he was so ashamed? Scale? Yeah, because he was like, well, I told you the truth now. You should forgive me.
No, that's closer to a 4. That's pretty shameless to be like, please forgive me because now I'm telling you the truth about all the shit we've talked about for 3 years. You should have told her the fucking truth from jump.
Yeah, not 3 years later.
Did I say that right?
You did.
Because you know what it's almost like?
What is it almost like?
It's almost like a sister-in-law, a cringy sister-in-law that only gives you half the story all the time.
Yeah.
And you got to find out for yourself what's true and what's not.
Yeah.
And then when you do and confront her, she's like, yo, you're right, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all is supposed to be forgiven.
Exactly.
Almost like that.
It's almost like when you're only supposed to let her live there for a little bit, and that moving date keeps getting changed, but you're supposed to just put up with it.
I know. It is like that too.
Yeah,
Man, it's like 7. And the whole point of this, Brother Josh, is you got to outdo us
Exactly.
when you co-host for Friday.
Exactly.
So there we go. All right. So Hurricane.
Yes.
Tell them where they can find us.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us on Instagram at The Bensama Confirm and our podcast Instagram at The Late Podcast, our Twitter and TikTok at The Bensama Confirm. You can visit our website at eblawfirm.us, and you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. Bye, guys.
Bye.